So we are living through turmoil. But don't you worry, we are going to survive this. Hello there, and this is Composer Live. My name is eluukkanen, aka Eluukkanen, here at eluukkanen channel, finally getting some stuff done. You see, things have changed quite a bit in the background as, because of the virus, I had to move to the countryside. Also, my eyes are a little bit red, and I don't know, it might be because I went to sauna for a moment, I don't know, I think I'm not sick. I hope. What I wanted to talk about is countryside, and why I think, on my mind, we should kind of get back to it. I've been pondering this on my mind. I don't know, am I just a countryside idiot, or someone who has concerns? Many people at this point in time are under lockdowns of certain places. People are in different areas of the world, and most of those places, they have done some sort of restrictions of travel. We are living through historical times. I think everyone knows it by now. It feels for me that this world we're living in, at least we used to live in, everything was unsustainable. And I think everyone knows it, that it was sort of like that. And I don't mean about, that we should go back to Stone Age or anything else. I would simply suggest that perhaps instead of everything going through all those China countries and other places, every product we have comes from there. Why not have our own industry? Why not have things coming from here? And, food and most of the things. And I suppose if no one starts that, I should start it myself. I knew this whole virus thing was going to happen back in January. I did prepare. I purchased a lot of food. I'm now in countryside. So I am doing okay, considering the situation, of course. There's certain emptiness when you look back to big cities and these big centers of, everything is constructed there. Every city, every major big city feels the same. Every major city looks even the same right now. If you go to different cultures, of course you're going to see, culture differences, but less major differences when you account the fact that every city, every big city, glass, huge skyscrapers that are just everywhere, similarly built, similarly done, cheap, without soul. People are used to the idea that they go to their work, they grind all the day, and that's it. And I think many have forgotten the simple pleasures of life, like simple small things. I was lucky in my youth to experience these things in a countryside cabin we had, in my youth. I went there every summer. No summer camps. Some may say, that's pretty boring, burning just a one cabin. But I tell you, there's a forest miles and miles. I was able to do fishing, even hunting, rifles and, trying to hunt moose and these sort of things. It's a lovely thing compared to the city life, to be honest. The fact that you can see the fruits of your labor physically, in front of you, if you do farming, if you do hunting, if you do these things. And those are lacking in modern society. Most people, they go to their workplace, grind. Some people grind for good cause, for a family. That is a positive thing. But what if you grind for emptiness of going to your apartment, perhaps looking at Netflix, seeing some games, playing some games, and rinse and repeat? Is that life worth living? I've been thinking that, making music as I have done, and it just doesn't feel right. This sort of the way that you should live stressed throughout your life, just being stressed, and for the next paycheck stress for every single moment. So, instead of just looking at the world and saying, world is bad and I'm sad, I'm actually going to do a personal change. I have changed goals. I want to still do the projects I'm doing online. I don't want to just go full countryside crazy and get disconnected from the world. Instead, I want to add a big major goal on the side of that. 1. I want to provide my own food by farming and livestock. To be honest, I've been thinking of livestock and rabbits and, growing them. And, of course, giving them a good life. But, overall, living from that, I've been thinking that. Like, really thinking. I've been planning and doing it. Also, on hunting and providing own water. In countryside where I live in, there's actually water fountains, which is quite interesting. Like, when you live in city, you don't really think about the water where it comes from. You think that, okay, there's a lake or sea, it comes from somewhere there. Or perhaps there's some water down under the ground that the pipes get. But I was able to find a pure water fountain in a forest. And I found this old map, not a treasure map, but like a normal map from the area. And there are these markings that say water fountain in like a very close forest near here. And I found a water fountain with pure water. And you don't know that feeling because it's like finding a treasure. And you realize how people back in the day were able to get water. Get pure drinking water. So I'm being really thinking on the countryside thing, especially as now people are being laid off, the world around us is changing, and perhaps the open societies with open borders and everybody flying everywhere, it's going to close down. I very much fear what that change will be. Will it be that everyone just locks down and we might not ever open back as a society? It might really happen. I fear that. Or are we going to just see that people understand, hey, the world cannot just be open without any consequences? Especially now as these bio-weapon things are developed much more. So I recommend you to think. Are you happy about the life you're having right now? If you are, I'm happy for you. Personally, I am a personality that I don't want to be locked in a cage of modern society, and I feel it's a cage. You go to your day job. You don't really like the day job. You just get the money out of it. That's not how we should live. Some people I've seen, I've talked, I know them. They do those jobs to support their families. And that is a bigger goal. That is a beautiful goal. I want to personally do that at some point. But you don't know. Perhaps you do. And if you do, the feeling of being able to live by your own work, by your own creation, of course, according to the nature around you, but still, you're able to be part of that. It's beautiful. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to be doing that. And hopefully, in a few years of time, I'm going to be fully independent on the, everything around me. But in the meantime, I thank you. More video content is going to be coming. I've planned some remakes. Please give me some time to really get to those remakes that I know many people here want to have. Because of course this situation and anything else, it's been a bit hard, but I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much, and wherever you are, whoever you are, I wish you a good day.